Good evening. Welcome to garblaggames and Season 2, Episode 4 of our Imperium Maladictum game, Shadows of Apostasy. If you're interested, the links to the Discord channel and Patreon will be in the post description below. And if you like what you see, please maybe like and subscribe. It makes us feel so much better about ourselves and our life choices. I am Richard, as the GM for tonight. Let's meet the cast. Aaron?
Good evening, I'm Aaron. I am playing the character Harrow, who is a psyker who focuses on biomancy.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm very glad that we have Harrow back because, well, he's terrifying. I'm playing Tessera Lothos, sniper, who is very sneaky. And they made me be the rogue and detect traps and pick locks and all of that stuff last time.
Stuart, when you fell over?
It's true.
My name's Janet, and I'm playing Zilch, who's a tech priest and a kind of a Medicae, although they won't let me use rivets for healing for some reason.
Hi, I'm Rob. I play Dr. Zinnian always. He is also a psycho, but scary in a different way to Aaron's.
Hi, I'm Roger, and I'm playing Hector Cato, the Scholar Progenium raised member of the Adeptus Arbites.
Wonderful. 1 second. Sorry. Right. Did anyone buy any important upgrades or notable equipment between sessions?
No, I spent no experience and bought no equipment.
How many solars did we get again? Was it 200?
You were paid 200, yeah.
200, yeah.
Yep. I spent some time with the dictionary and I've upgraded my intelligence.
I did spend some XP and I bought something. What did I get?
I mean, the main thing is if it's anything notable that we need to know about. It was quite entertaining when Rob brought out the psychic flood in the middle of the session, but obviously, if we know ahead of time, we can.
I think I may have bought my. Oh no, I bought my agility up before, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, I bought some skills. That's what I did. So I got slightly better at ranged, and I bought some navigation, so that I can actually do tracking, which comes off of navigation, as it turns out, and not off of stealth, which is what I thought it would come off of.
I also bought some skills, but I can't remember which ones I had before and which ones I bought. But I do have some new talents, such as Lawbringer, because that seemed highly appropriate for an Arbite.
I am the Lord.
Inspiring Presence, Close Quarters Discipline as well.
Awesome. Okay. So, a little bit of housekeeping. By the time the ship arrives where you're going, both Tessera and Dr. Zimian's legs will have been healed by a psyker or by a surgeon. The time there's enough time traveling for that to have happened. I was rewatching it last session yesterday, and I noted a couple of things I did slightly wrong. I'm not going to retcon them because they're done. It's not a big thing. One of them was exceeding warp charge limit should have been Perils of the Warp straight roll on that table, but I think it worked quite fun the way it went with the gangrene, etc. And the other thing is I rolled a critical versus Zilch, and by the time I had finished doing the damage side of things, I completely forgot to roll the critical. So but that was the end of that was the last fight of the game, last fight of the session. So again, enough time would have happened for healing to have happened. But do note that I did see that I had done something wrong. So, by the way, if people do notice me doing things wrong, please do mention in the comments, and then we can.
It's about you afterwards.
Yeah. Make me question my life choices. So. I probably better have the YouTube stream running so I can actually see the comments. That would probably help. I normally don't bother because I'm busy running the game. Where the dickens is that? Oh, there it is. That's what I want. That's what I want. No, that's not what I want. I'm waffling again, aren't I?
Yes, dear.
It does happen.
It's fine. It's like having our very own C3PO right here with us.
And you're not quite so dashing. Right, okay. So, the start of this mission, we need to roll events and endeavors. Now, you have a choice. You can either use the ones from the core book or those from the Inquisition's player's book. Up to you, chaps and chappes. What is your preference? Each person
I can't even find the damn things. So
I'll probably just stick with the core book because I've
Sorry, what are we looking at again?
events and endeavors.
Yeah, I have in front of me. I have the table for the events, and I've got the sheets for the endeavors as well.
what page are they on in the core book?
I'm just trying to find them again myself.
Not the one I randomly roll on.
The 231 is where events start, and then endeavors come after that in the core book.
Thank you very much, sir.
So everyone rolls an event, and then you all get an endeavor. You can either do group endeavors or you can do individual endeavors. And as I say, I have the Inquisition events table in front of me, and I have the standard one in front of me as well. And you don't have to all do it on the same
an
one.
Inquisition event, or do I want a regular event?
Well, there are good events and there are bad events in both sets of tables.
I think I might go for an Inquisition event then, Rich.
No problem. That's cool. So it's a percentile roll, whichever one people want to do.
Ooh, 91.
91. Okay.
Might as well get those high numbers out of the way nice and early.
Yeah. Sowed fears. Recent witch burnings, public excrucions, or other gruesome punishments have left the populace compliant for the moment, driving any unrest deeper underground until the next downtime period. Making an official display of inquisitorial authority grants the character +1 success level on related tests. However, any failed tests suffer an additional -2 success levels as the locals turn volatile and vent their frustrations on the character or characters. Mainly character, I would say.
Yeah, I'll live with that.
Cool.
Probably not public stuff, just that rabble rouser suddenly had a tiny hole in his face and no back of his head.
So, anyone else?
I'll roll on the events table from the core book.
Okie dokie.
I got a 55.
Okay, 55. Foreboding vision. Oh, this is actually quite appropriate for you. You are provided with a cryptic vision, perhaps in a dream, during a fervent prayer to the Emperor, or hidden in the midst of binaric emissions of a malfunctioning machine. You begin your next mission with 1 extra fate point in excess of your fate value.
Oh, cool.
Once spent, this bonus fate point does not return.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll on the events table while I'm looking at the endeavors.
Okay, the Inquisition one or the standard one?
Just the core book ones, why not?
No problem.
I rolled a 60.
Okay, unexpected gift. You received an unexpected gift from an unknown benefactor. This is a piece of common equipment selected by the GM, but it should be something useful to you. It may have been left in your quarters while you were absent, shoved into your hands by a passing stranger who vanishes into the crowd, or simply assigned to you years ago by the Byzantine bureaucracy of the Adeptus Administratum, and it's only just turned up.
Amazing.
Okay, so make a note of that, and we will, before we finish the events or the event endeavors, before we get started proper, we'll decide what that is. Next.
I'll go with the standard.
Okie dokie.
86.
86. Victory celebration. Oh, this is one that Rob had the other day, last time. A great celebration takes place. Perhaps it marks it. Well, actually, what it will be is a celebration for the dark sectors having been cleansed.
Okay.
Or the ones that were cleansed having been cleansed. It offers a momentary respite from the endless toil and misery of life in the Imperium. If you choose to take part, it says characters, so I presume it's anyone can choose, the entire group can choose if they wish, who choose to take part in the celebration to feel rested and rejuvenated, and may ignore the next fatigued condition that they acquire.
Wow.
Party!
It's pretty handy.
Oh, yeah. And Rob.
So does that carry over? I mean, can I ignore the next fatigue condition because I had a party last time?
Well, no, I think it's
On your next
because
mission,
until the next downtime, then it resets. But my read of this is that you can have taken part in this celebration as well, because it says characters, not character, the character. So,
Would you like to come to my party? I've got
Scary.
cake.
I'd like to roll on the table I don't have, please, Bob.
Is that you mean the Inquisitor one?
Yeah, that one. And I rolled a 1.
A 1. Ooh. Yeah. Silent traders. Strange dealings in the markets suggest the possibility that a dealer in prescribed alien goods has been set up nearby. Well, that's a bad idea. Until the next downtime period, the character who overheard these dealings may attempt to find exotic goods of Xenos design as if they were rare. However, failing the availability test panics the vendor into leaving and may result in additional reprisal.
Hey, Rob. Get me some Eldar Sin skin.
Okay. Obviously, I don't know what any of that is, but sure, I'll get that.
It's also probably really expensive, and you're a bunch of broke peasants.
Yeah.
It's not going to be cheap, and to be fair, also you are part of Ordo Xenos. Some Inquisitors of the Ordo Xenos probably would be fine with you using that because we use what's necessary to deal with the alien.
Others might have you executed.
Yes, and currently you don't know which one yours is.
Yeah, that is a good point. Maybe don't for now. We'll hold off on that.
I won't go shopping for stuff I don't know.
No problem. So, common equipment for Hector. What would be the likely thing you would have requested, do you think?
I think most of the stuff I would have requested won't be common, I'm guessing.
Probably not. But, I mean, things like demolition charges, smoke grenades.
I'm not sure I'd trust myself with a demolition charge.
Omniscope sights, silencer. No, that would be pointless for you.
Silencer? What devilry is this?
Las carbine, auto gun, and that's the weaponry stuff. Backpacks and slings. Oh, it's a shame. Explosive collars scarce. That wouldn't count.
Explosive collar. Hey, Zimian, what's behind you there?
Let's have a quick shouting. So, what else we got? We've got chronos, climbing harnesses, data slates, entrenching tools, globe/stab lights, grapnel launcher, holy icon. Holy icon, Batman? A character with a holy icon who has shown sufficient faith may add +1 success level to discipline fear tests.
I was looking at their combat shield, like a riot shield.
Okay, let's have a go back to that, to the armor.
They're common. That would have been quite cool.
I love the idea that somebody sneaks up to you in a crowd and presses one of those into your hands.
I think I'm working.
Don't forget your riot shield.
I think I'm working off something that was meant to get to him many years ago, and they've only just gotten around to handing it to him.
Yeah, I was supposed to put down a riot, requested a riot shield 5 years ago, and it's like, there it is. I shot everyone already.
A delivery note for the riot that you're about to enter. Okay. So the next bit is the endeavors. Endeavors
are
are
yes to the shield.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Endeavors are a single character thing within downtime. You can do them as individual things, or you can do them as group things. So in the main core rule book, the group endeavors are campaign of whispers, combat training, or bolster defenses. And that requires everybody to do them. If one person decides not to do that, then it doesn't succeed. And each of these have some kind of an effect. The individuals ones are things like speculation, i.e. trying to get money through putting it into economic ventures, commission, getting a new piece of equipment made for you, consolidate influence, crafting, devout worship, exhaustive drilling, medicate in extremis, garner reputation, income, training rights, scout surroundings, and consult savant.
I guess it depends on whether everybody wants to do a group one or if we want to do individual ones.
And let me tell you the ones from the Imperium, the Inquisitorial book: Campaign of Whispers, Combat Training of Bolster Defenses, and there's some we already mentioned. So speculation, commission, crafting, consolidate influence. Okay, so they may just have added extra ones in. Exhaustive drilling, garner reputation, training rights, scout surroundings, or not. I'm not sure how many. I'll have to go through.
Campaign of Whispers sounded like a new one.
Yeah, no, that's core book. Okay,
that's a group one in the core book.
Yeah.
The Inquisition group endeavors are like prepare hexagrammic wards, search for Xenos infiltration, punish dissent, pool knowledge.
Did I? Oh, I think I printed both sets off, and I was looking at the wrong one because I'm an idiot. Okay, so yes, group ones for the Inquisition book, Mark II. Prepare hexagrammatic wards, but that requires audio malleus. Search for Xenos infiltration. Punish dissent, that's Ordo Hereticus. Pool knowledge requires Inquisition patron. And then individual endeavors are condemn nemesis, cultivate network, that sounds like a good one. Erase truth, familiar training, fortify sanctity, litanies of recollection, mental sanitization, petition for guidance, rejuvenate treatment, or secure information network.
What's mental sanitation?
Mental sanitization is you cleanse your mind and soul by subjecting yourself to the scourging process of the imperial re-education. The effect of this is you remove 1 point of corruption and then must make a challenging fortitude, pain, or discipline composure test. If you succeed, you may remove an additional point of corruption. For the duration of the next mission, you reduce your maximum wounds by 2 due to the physical trauma you sustained.
Ouch.
If you're a candy ass.
Yeah.
Some of us are already flagellants.
Can you read Erase the Truth, please?
Absolutely.
Not that we're coming at this from opposite ends of the same problem.
You eliminate remaining trace evidence of heresy, corruption, and the Inquisition to preserve the blessed ignorance of the Emperor's subjects. You make a test to cover up evidence of your previous mission. Which skill is appropriate depends on the mission and the approach you're adopting in the aftermath. But challenging presence intimidation, stealth conceal, or tech security are commonly appropriate. If you succeed, you gain advantage on all future tests to deny or conceal your involvement in the previous mission.
That does sound like it could be handy in the future. I'm just imagining Zumian just going around wrecking people's brains until they forget.
Yeah, it wasn't me. Wasn't asking. No.
In addition,
ask him, just a guy dribbling.
In addition, when the character tests to persuade another person to accept their likely fraudulent account of what's happened in previous mission, they gain +1 success level.
Cool, thank you.
Right. Cultivate network. You expand your sphere of intelligence by recruiting new spies and commissioning reports from existing assets. You make a challenging rapport inquiry test. If you succeed, you choose one of the following benefits to apply for the next mission only. The character's influence level with the chosen faction increases by 1. or the character gains influence value of 1 with a new faction. If it's failed by -3 success levels or more, the character's informants are captured by a faction's counterintelligence operatives and interrogated until their paymaster is revealed.
Do we want to do a group one, or do folks have individual ones? I guess is the first and main question.
Well, there's something I can choose, but there's nothing that's, you know, making me going to go, woo. So yeah, if you want to do a group thing.
Go for the group, you know.
Yeah, I'm okay. So like if somebody's got a group endeavor, they really are
Because we should
itching
probably
to try,
do
then let's do it.
team drilling one if we're going to do a group thing.
What's the team drilling one?
Gives you +1 to you're talking about combat training, or
Yeah, what was the team?
Montage.
the
Yeah,
combat training one gives you +1 superiority at the start of 1 combat encounter during the next mission.
You also have, from the Inquisition book, Search for Lenos Infiltration or Pool Knowledge are both group ones as well.
So either pool knowledge or the
So what was pool knowledge?
training.
Pool Knowledge, you call upon, the group's Inquisitor calls upon other Inquisition forces.
The data you requested is now available.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Servo Skull.
Okay, so trying that again. The group's Inquisitor calls upon other Inquisition forces and prominent acolytes in the area, aiming to pool knowledge in hopes of mutual advantage or to aid in thwarting a particular threat. They operate in small cells. On occasion, Inquisitors may put aside their paranoia and condescend to meet in person or send representatives to attend in their place. Once a meeting place has been found and secured, characters have travelled to the meeting. Characters conspire to gain as much use of the information as they can from their fellow agents, revealing as little as they can of their operations. Other attendees are, of course, playing the same game. Each character must make a difficult -10 rapport inquiry test.
Each character.
Each character. For each character who is successful, the party may re-roll 2 tests during the next mission based on the intelligence or secret knowledge they received.
That's really cool, but I don't think many people other than me have.
If we're not
I'd
going to
be
do
rolling,
group training,
I'd be
we
rolling
should
against
do
a 13. So
individual ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So either group training or solo runs, because I could always use some extra cash.
Let's do combat training.
let's go
then.
individual this time, and between this mission and next mission, we'll have time to look at them a little more
Yeah, that's
closely
a good
and
idea.
pick a group one next time.
We'll do that.
Okay, individual ones then, in which case I would like
I'll
to
go for the money one. I'm
Yeah.
saving for a dog.
income.
Problem. Okay, so income. Select a skill or specialization that you have advancements in and discuss with the GM how you plan to use that skill to generate funds. You could use weapon skill to partake in an underground fighting match, piloting to operate a loader at a nearby dock, or even stealth to simply steal funds. Once you agree with the GM how to make the money, make a challenging +0 test using the chosen skill or specialization. For each success level, you gain a number of solas based on whether you're using skill or a specialization. Specialization is better.
I'm going to do the same thing. And I think Harrow, as a biomancer, probably is spending this time as a healer, because he's got, he's got, what's the name of that? Seal wounds as one of his powers. So I think he's literally hiring himself out to heal people.
No worries, no worries. And there's been a fair amount of combat with cleansing of the dark sector, so that fits in quite well.
So his biomancy skill level, and this is a specialization, is at 70.
Okay.
And
I didn't know the numbers went that high. But then I don't understand percentages, so.
So that's six success levels?
6 success levels.
Okay, so that is, as my brain tries to do maths, I think that's 900 solos.
900 solos.
150 per success level.
Yep. 900.
Nice. Nice. There you go, Roger. You need to do that about 12 times to get your doggo.
Yeah, I'm going to do hide for mine, and I'm going to do intelligence gathering. So hide is a specialization, and I'm going to be spying on people using that to gather intelligence for the Ordo. Now, I don't have 70%, so... I mean, I do, however, have 50%, and I rolled a 35, so that's what, 2 success levels?
That's 2 success levels. Now, I will give you the option. If you spend a fate point, this is spend not burn, then you get +1 success level.
Yeah, why not? Sounds like
so that brings it up to 3 success levels. So that's 450 solar.
Very nice. Don't mind if I do. I am saving up for some sin skin, all of my very own.
Do you get 150 for passing and then extras per success level?
It's what? No, it's a
it's
required success levels, and it depends on whether it's a skill or a specialization.
Right. Okay. Do you get more if it's a specialization?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 150 instead of 100.
Cool. In which case, I will be hired by the ship's captain while we're en route to hunt down more of the mutants and ne'er-do-wells aboard the ship using my inquiry specialization.
No worries. Based off of the mission that you've just been on, he'll probably task you to look into who set up that circle.
And that
heretics aboard the ship.
It's me on 68. No, 58.
Okay, 58 off of a skill of...
I rolled 19.
Okay, so that's 4 success.
So that's 4 success levels, but I will spend a fake to get another one. So
I have more skills than people or something, because I get the feeling that my skills are much low level compared to other people's. Either that or my characteristics must suck.
Well, I've got 43 in fellowship, plus 10 in rapport, and plus 5 in inquiry.
It's my skills that suck.
I am built for psychic mastery and biomancy, and a lot of the rest of my skills are abysmal. Like anything based on intelligence and fellowship, don't ask me to do it, because that's
I made that rookie mistake that I always make, where I'm like, oh, I need to have this skill and I need to have that skill, and I should probably be able to do that. And I built myself.
Being a jack of all trades is no bad thing in this environment.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so
built myself a damn generalist.
And also, it's cheaper when you're lower skills to build up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 5 successfuls. Yeah. Okay, so that's 750.
I'll take that.
750 times 5. I was right. Wow. Brains, maths. I can do it. Wow. Okay.
It's a small fraction of my way towards my doggo.
Oh, yeah. At least no one rolled that, and you have to pay money or give away an item.
Yeah, that would suck.
That bad at your job, you have to give stuff up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when that individual gets beat down on the next mission. How many thousand solars did you cost me?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it was lucky that it was me that did that on the last one, and people thought that's a big shotgun. I'm not trying that.
Okay, who's next? Who wants to go next?
I will.
Okay. Are you going for the same one, or are you going to do
I'm going
something
for the same one, and I shall be using my specialisation of security to advise the captain on better ways of closing up these black hole areas of where there is corruption and Xenos living in the underbelly of the ship.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully not abandoning where he keeps the blooming Gellerfield generators. That's just silly.
Yeah, exactly. Better protected with the Gellerfield generators as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I rolled 05 out of 55.
Oh, nice. That's 5. Are you also going to spend a fate point to increase that to 6?
Why not?
Okay. So that's 900, I believe. 600.
It is, yeah.
900 solars.
I will take that. That makes my bank account very happy.
No problem. And Rob.
If I did that, could I just use psychic mastery and cast erasure on someone after having them give me their money?
Yeah.
As long as there's not someone in the party.
So you said cast erasure on that, and immediately my brain went, "Don't leave me this way."
Yes.
But that's literally what you're doing.
He's just getting songs stuck in people's heads and they're paying him.
Could be worse. Could be worse. He could be casting Rickroll.
Savage.
That's if they don't pay him enough.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll use Psychic Mastery and have someone sort of take out an illicit bank loan, but have them forget I turned up.
No problem. I mean, it does specifically say about, potentially just stealing.
Well, you may call it that. I call it a little more artful. And I have rolled a round 30 against 62. And I have a Psi Focus, which gives me +1 success level to Psychic Mastery tests.
Now, the question is, do you have a specialization that would count for this, or are you just doing it based off the skill?
Oh, hold on, I've just the page.
Because if you do it via skill, you get less per success level.
So I'm doing it via Psychic Telepathy, which is a skill of Psychic Mastery is a skill.
Yeah, telepathy is the specialization. That's the one.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's what I'm doing.
No worries.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and do a fate point for 5.
Okay, so again, that's 750 silver.
Thank you.
Right. And during your the rest of your journey, someone comes back to Hector and tells you that they did have an Imperial Fist aboard about 3,000 years ago. He disappeared whilst trying to deal with a chaos incursion in one of the lower decks, and it turns out it was the same area that you've just been.
Well, I'm definitely going to go to the shrine on board and pray at that point. We've just witnessed an image of one of the Emperor's angels.
Is that what an Iron Fist is?
Imperial Fists are a space marine, but they're like near mythical to most humans.
Wow. And only 3,000 years ago.
It's practically yesterday.
I know.
Especially in the Imperium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which technically means you were shot 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. But also yesterday.
Somewhere, give or take 3,000 years. Bang on.
No worries. Okay, so you do all of that. There's a part. The crew have a party to celebrate a successful mission to clear some of these dark sectors. You all perform your varying tasks to assist the captain of the crew, to heal people up, to defraud someone. Yeah, spy on crew people, defraud legitimate members of the crew and their
language is so inflammatory.
But that all happens. It's probably another few weeks of travel. You haven't yet reached your destination, and they're keeping it on going. But after, as you get to that point, and you're probably starting to get to the point of whether we're ever going to get where we're going, when
do you know where we're going?
You guys don't. No, you guys haven't been told where you're going. You've just been told
we're going where we're told.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when we get there.
Yeah. Well, normally there will be a chime, which happens about now, and over the tannoy exiting the Imperium. The standard thing so you will know to be where you need to be, so you don't get slammed into a bulkhead, etc. And the ship exits the Imperium. There's a streaking of your vision, a weird effect, which you will have had a number of times before as you've traveled to the Imperium, and you are in real space. And as you travel toward your destination, which you again haven't been told yet, you are called to the briefing room by your new briefing officer.
Got myself face shooting.
Yeah. whose name is on a piece of paper I have not got. That's slightly embarrassing.
His name is Commissar.
Dansk. Commissar Dansk.
Dansk, thank you very much. I shall write that down.
Was our new briefing officer at the start of season 2. Unless he died since and I didn't notice.
Well, that's always a possibility.
It has happened in the past.
I mean, we have gone through the last one quite quickly. So
yeah, that was the name I'd got written down at the beginning of season 2. So
no worries. Okay, so Dansk calls you to the briefing room that you have use, and once he walks in, he's the last person to enter the room. Whoever is last going in, if you try to be fashionably late, he is later than you, by default.
Never fashionably late.
Yeah.
Never a good idea. Not with the commissar.
No, what happened to the last one when he was late?
Always arrive precisely when he means us to.
Oh, yeah.
And they're 10 minutes early, just to be on the safe side.
So, we have arrived at our destination, the planet Calicut, a agri-world. However, I've been informed by the crew that we have arrived 2 years later than planned, due to vagaries of the warp. We will be continuing the mission nonetheless. Specifically, your mission is to investigate a visit to this world by the individual you arrested on Dominus Gamma, Pod, the Xenos Tech salesperson. He apparently visited this world approximately 6 months before you arrested him. And he visited one of the major farms on this world, Alpha 119, also apparently known as Magram's Folly to the locals. So your job is to travel to that farm and find out what you can about Pod's dealings. His previous items of sale, and he seems to be directing specifically to Tessera and Harrow, because obviously you guys weren't there for that mission. Included the secondary brain of a Tyrannid, which appeared to have mind-controlled the people who had it in their possession.
Seems nobody should have that sort of thing in their possession.
No, I mean our tactical specialists seem to be under the impression that Pod, or whoever he got it from, we suspect he salvaged it from a fleet action debris field. The brain was trying to get itself transported to the highest level of the Imperium it could, to control the highest level member of the Imperium that it could. Thankfully, this team, you can almost see the the word that doesn't leave his brain, which is somehow, successfully defeated the plan of this thing, as well as destroying the local gene stealer cult. Well, sufficient amounts of it, the gene stealer patriarch, etc. So he reaches into his jacket and pulls out a large envelope, paper envelope. Yeah. Now the question is, who would he hand it to? I have a feeling it would be more likely to be either Harrow or Tessera, because they are the two individuals who were part of his entourage, and so therefore he probably has a bit more trust with them. I'm also thinking probably more likely Tessera, because with all the best will in the world, psychers are not as well trusted even within someone's inner circle. So hands to Tessera, this envelope, which is sealed with a wax seal.
Would he expect us to open it straight away, or would he wait for us to finish the briefing before opening it and then open it up and look at it when he's gone?
Normally, it would be wait till he tells you what to do with it.
Yeah, I shall wait till he tells me what to do with it.
This letter, which you should only use if absolutely necessary, it will inform whoever reads it to give you any assistance, and it is signed by the interrogator, our Inquisitor's interrogator, who I believe you have met, or at least the others have. Obviously, as our master does prefer subtlety over more obvious comment, zilch.
No, sir, I was just thinking how subtlety was one of our master strokes.
To be clear, when I say subtlety, I don't mean not charging in with big boomy sticks and killing people.
No.
You did not share your membership of the Inquisition. That is the subtlety for which our master prefers. Your capabilities, your skills, he has no problems with for the time being. But should it become absolutely necessary, then this will grant you sufficient sway to be able to make actions which would be not so easy for yourselves as individuals, even as RBTs.
I know RBTs have got pretty good authority when it comes to that.
However, you are still subject to certain limitations with the governor, etc.
I mean, I can legally execute him.
I suspect you need, out of character, I suspect you need some kind of, okay, right. To be clear, to anyone watching, Roger is far more of a...
like the head of the Adepts RBT, so there's possibly one per planet if you're lucky, if it's a major world. And they are, I mean, the Inquisition are pretty much the only authority, legally speaking, higher than the RBTs. Obviously, they couldn't do anything to, like a member of the Imperial Guard, or very senior Imperial Guard, or Marines. They'd just tell them to bugger off. But anyone, of the Administratum or planetary government, yeah, they'd answer to the RBTs.
Yeah. But having a letter that's effectively an Inquisitor's...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's if you come across a Marine and you really need his help, you can show them the letter and ask them very, very nicely. And
in
they
case
might
of
say
emergency,
yes.
break wax seal.
So, if you require any particular pieces of equipment, you know where the quartermaster is. Good hunting.
Thank you.
At which point he about face and leaves. You haven't seen either Dash or Nick's characters. So Echo and what was Dash's character called?
Newt.
Newt, thank you. Can always rely on my wife to tell me what I'm thinking of.
That's why we get married, isn't it?
I write things down.
She the boss. So, is there anything particular you wish to try to get?
Is there any point in trying to requisition something exotic, or should I try to re-requisition my camellia-line cloak?
You can try both. There's no harm.
I would like to try both.
The only ones that might get sort of eyebrows raised would be Xenos things.
Yeah, I want to try and requisition some sin skin because it just seems better than the cloak all round.
No.
Why not both?
So, market availability doesn't include void ships, so I'm going to treat that as I think as a hive world. I don't think it's quite to the extent of being a forge world.
No.
No. So, sin skin is exotic and Hive World. Right. Unfortunately, exotic is not in stock on any market availability.
Fair enough.
However, what you could do, and this is something I have been reminded of fairly recently, is if you add a floor, it makes it cheaper and reduces the issues with the availability, I believe.
Okay.
Let me just quickly check to make sure that I'm not talking rubbish. No, unfortunately, exotic equipment does not have its availability modified due to item flaws. But that's something to remember anyway, if people wish. So unfortunately, you can look for Sinskin. This
but
is
not
not
going to have it.
No, this is something you're probably more likely to get via the
endeavor to commission or
the Inquisitor goes, you've done really, really well. Have a thing.
Yeah. Okay, I should just re-requisition the Camellia Line cloak then, if I may.
No problem. That's rare. So that is a 35% chance plus one. Sorry, was it plus two because of your what's the word I'm looking for? I hate words.
Thing?
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, you've got you've got with the Inquisition, you've got some
Inquisition
influence.
Yeah,
That's the word.
Inquisition
Thank you. Influence. I hate words.
Okay, 19.
No problem.
That is less than 35.
Yep, absolutely.
I do not have to take my Camellia Line cloak off my list.
May I try and requisition a Medicae kit?
I have been looking since we discussed that, and I can't find one of those. But there is another kit which is of a similar thing.
If we're going down on the planet, some external medical assistance might be helpful rather than.
Yep. Can I also requisition Zilch a Medicae kit?
It's a Chirurgeon's kit. It's also rare, so that is again 35% plus 2% per point of influence that you have. Which, for anyone watching who didn't watch last season, and again, if not, why not? This is a rule that we have introduced to try to make influence a little bit more helpful. So if it's related to your the group you have the influence with, or it's a reasonable ask, you can add your influence as a 2% bonus per point to the availability roll.
What am I rolling?
So it's a percentile roll, and you need to. You've got 1 point of influence with the Inquisition, don't you?
Yes.
So you've got a 37% chance.
Does 34 count?
It does indeed. So yes, you can absolutely have a Chirurgeon's kit.
Can I try and re-requisition that armor I requisitioned last time? Which is for ease. I mean, it's all rare. Can I just roll it all as one?
Yep.
It's carapace greaves.
Oh yeah, shit, that's a good
braces
point.
And mesh chest.
Reloads. I forgot about reloads. Can I throw those into my requisition?
Let me just have a check the ammunition. Technically, I think by the rules, if you'd have said before you rolled that would have been sure. But I think I'm going to say just yes anyway.
Okay.
It was a rare thing that you were after, and they're the worst they are is rare.
So yeah, I got a 36, which is lucky for me. I have 1 point of influence.
Yeah.
So I needed a 37.
No worries.
Oh, and can I get some executioner rounds for my shotgun?
You can certainly try.
I can't remember where they are. I think they might be in the new book. Or are they in here?
They are. No, that's something else entirely. That's not what I'm looking for. Executioner rounds are in the core rulebook, and they are rare.
We have to return any stuff that we didn't use, don't we?
Yeah.
13.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Well, at least if anybody gets hurt, I can use a bit more of a sticky plaster.
Yeah, you've got 5 uses of the Chirurgeon's kit.
I need more than 5. Then somebody's dead.
That's enough for one each.
And here we go. So it's required to treat many critical wounds as well as certain injuries. You can use the Chirurgeon's kit 5 times before it must be replenished, and the cost is half the cost of the kit. You may expend 1 use to remove a bleeding condition not gained from a critical wound. You can using it to treat a wound or injury. Okay, so that's part of the same thing. Using it to treat a wound or injury or to remove a poison condition also requires a Medigate test. Yeah, so.
Do we have to requisition a vehicle if we're going to an agri world, or do we just like say, "Oi, gives a vehicle"?
This is something that you don't need to worry about.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else want anything else?
I was still having a gander.
Harrow feels completely comfortable with his armored greatcoat and his power sword. He's a minimalist.
They're power balls.
Anyone want a holy icon?
What's the benefit?
You might be the Superman of this, but I'm going to be the Batman of it, and I'll have as much kit as I need. Thank you very much.
I'm going to
holy
go for
icon.
power ball as well.
No worries. A holy icon, if you've shown sufficient faith, may add +1 success level to disciplined fear tests.
35. The Empress smiles upon
And that's
me.
common.
Okay. Roll.
No, common is it's in stock.
Okay.
So, anything you want, Rob?
Can I have some crack grenades
If you were a
and
friend of
web
ours called,
grenades?
if you were a friend of ours called Ryan, we would say no. Okay, so crack grenades are scarce, web grenades are rare. So if you're going to try to for both of them in the same roll, then you need a 37 or better to get both.
37 or better. And I got
But if you're getting crack grenades, can I get some heroin grenades?
No, I did not. I got the other way around, unfortunately, 73.
No problem.
Someone
Unfortunately,
should fail a roll.
yeah. Unfortunately, no one. There is not sufficient available, or they decided actually, do we really want someone with a bolt shell? Just charge them. Just body slam them. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll do that.
No worries. So, last call for anything?
No.
Oh, okie dokie.
More a sort of side question than anything else, but augmetics. I came very close to losing a limb in that adventure. Under the circumstances, how does that then play out? Do I get a vat-grown spare limb if I live, or do I get an augmetic limb that doesn't do anything special and then I have to pay for upgrades?
I would, yeah, that's a good question, actually. It would depend on how well you've done. If the group completed the mission, or you acted within if the Inquisitor was happy with your actions, then he would probably replace your lost limb with either a vat-grown or a augmetic, dependent on what your preference was. Right. Because a happy agent is one you can throw into more dangerous situations.
Slightly upset because I offered him my spare leg before and he didn't want it.
I didn't say I didn't want it.
You just didn't have it.
We had a whole conversation about how actually you guys might have the right idea.
And it would probably be something where you might have to add a bit of extra funds in, depending on what it is. Yeah. I think an augmetic leg it's only 1,000 solas and scarce, so that probably wouldn't be something they'd worry about. So you would get a proper augmetic leg. But if you want something like augmetic sensory organs, that's a different question because it's 4,000 solas and rare.
Okay.
So you don't want to requisition one of them because you'll have to give it back afterwards.
Hang on.
I have an augmetic pulmonary system. Well, we're going to want it back. Someone else wants that one.
Sucks to be you. Give us your heart.
Okie dokie. So it takes probably another several hours to get to Calicut, which is the planet you're going to. During which time you've got enough time to gather your things to get to the shuttle that they're going to be dropping on the planet with, all that kind of stuff. Last call to do. Is there anything you want to do before you drop?
No. all my bits.
Okie dokie. So you're shown to a launch bay. Probably not the launch bay you arrived via. This has a large cargo shuttle in it. You're talking about something probably 2 or 3 times the largest American military cargo plane, with wings that are much less useful. You know, you're loaded aboard. It is not the most comfortable thing in the world. There is a passenger section, and the seats kind of fold out from the side, and the straps kind of strap you on. And that's towards the rear, nearest to the engine, because that's the really safe place to be.
What's the
Well,
black
it's no
box?
Thunderhawk, but it'll do.
Can I sit on the black box, please?
The black box
Smart.
is in the cockpit area.
Oh, that's always the best place to sit, because that's where they always find that.
Yes, and
Yeah, but it
smeared
might still
remains.
smush you into paste.
We might just peel you off it first.
Hose the tech priest off. No problem. So you get on board. You probably a crew member will come up and check your harnesses to make sure you're properly connected in, safely attached, and you're not going to bounce off of something that they might need and damage it. And then the ship emerges. Your shuttle emerges from the ship.
I'm thinking that the hostesses in like the Imperium would be kind of like the hostesses on late 80s Aeroflot flights.
I mean, I like your optimism that it's a hostess and not just some random servitor.
It is indeed a random servitor. It is sort of
Doing it with his power claws.
But they do have at least that little neckerchief thing, right?
I think
Someone-
it's just like its feeder tube.
allow
What do you
Tessa.
expect next? An in-flight meal and a movie?
Be nice.
So we see the ship flying towards the planet, a massive ship with cathedral-like spires, skulls adorning every possible surface they can get away with, massive engine cones at the back. And as it slides past, you see a tiny moat emerge from between the jaws of one of the skulls. And as we focus in on that, in a style similar to the 2003 Battlestar Galactica remake, sort of jerky camera movement, the shuttle can be seen heading off towards the planet, and it enters the atmosphere, leaving trails of Prometheum smoke as it barrels down towards its landing targeted area. And as you reach that area, we see a large patchwork of massive farms surrounding a city. Although this city is more in common with like a mid-20th century Earth city, in as much as it's only going up to maybe 10 stories tall on the largest building, and seems to have a large amount of infrastructure for containing of farm produce, for processing farm produce, and farm laborers who have sadly passed on, etc. And the shuttle comes in and lands heavily on the landing pad
Were
area.
we given like a brief about the planet or like a data slate with stuff on it?
You can easily have found information about Calicut. It's a large agri-world. There is a grid of where the farms are. The farms are usually fairly large, probably more akin to an American ranch level of space than an English farm, just for sheer volume. And you are led, after having been your straps being, your belts being removed, you're led to the passenger ramp, which has been lowered down. And as you leave, you see a cargo lift dropping from the cargo hold of the shuttle, which is covered in crates of massive crates, larger than the shipping containers that we know of, full of probably finished goods, medical sort of drugs and medical equipment, massive containers of promethium, and one container gets moved to one side of the rest of the containers, and you are led towards that. And as you reach it, it is opened, and three motorcycle sidecar combinations are rolled out.
Okay.
And these are 40k style motorcycle sidecars, so chunky wheels. It's imagine apart from the sidecar bit, imagine an Astartes motorcycle writ small.
Does it have a heavy bolter on it?
It does not have a heavy bolter, but it does have a heavy stubber.
Judge Dredd style law.
I'm so
wheels.
hopping in the gunner seat. Just going, yes.
Hera will look around at everyone, and he bows his bald, scarred head. He pulls out his psi focus. He goes, "Before we begin, my friend, there is the chance for risk here. Would you join with me for the Emperor's protection, to ignore the pain we may suffer and receive the blessing of the armor of my faith?" And he is going to enact his biomancer power of dull pain, because it's sustainable forever as long as he's got the warp charge availability. For anybody who wants to join in on this, he can give the boon to an additional person for every success level he gets. Really, the only thing what it gives you is one extra point of armor to your entire body.
I will join with you, Harrow.
You phrased it better this time, so I will join you as well, because this time you said it was about the Emperor, not like.
Well, he was raised on the Karia. He was raised by his father was high in the church, and was raised to actually become part of the ecclesiasty before his psychic powers. So he considers his psychic mastery a gift from the Emperor. Totally, He's one of those psychers.
So you're a cultist of the Imperial Chaos God.
Yeah. And as a priest of tech variety, I go with priest.
So it's I'm rolling off of 70. I got a 58. So that's 2 success levels, but I get a third success level because of my psychic focus. So 3 of you guys. 3 of the 4.
I will let it go to the others rather than to me, because pain is the Emperor's gift.
I will also remind you could spend a fate point to gain an additional success level if you wanted to.
Nah, it's not that big a deal.
No problem.
I have a feeling we're going to need our fate points.
It's crazy how many times he's asked us to spend them.
Well, I mean, we've only got like 45 minutes left, so yeah, we're good.
Oh, that's right. Fate points are per session; they're not per mission.
Yeah. It's spending, not burning.
Yeah, I'll spend the fate point.
Oh, okay. I'll take the armor.
I forgot that it was per session and not per mission.
Yeah. Do
these scooter bikes need a specific skill for driving them?
It will probably be pilot, but unless something happens, I'm not going to worry too much about it.
Basically, who's got good agility?
Yeah.
You rag?
Well, then you can drive mine if you're good at it.
I'm totally rocking a Catwoman in the Christian Bale Batman look on this bike. Then
I'm just gleefully
rocking
prepping the heavy stubber.
Are you projecting that on someone else?
No worries. So there's basically a bike for 3 of you and a sidecar for 2 of you. There is an additional sidecar on the other one. They're all the same, but
we can use the additional sidecar for any extra luggage.
No, what I'm hearing is there's a spare heavy stubber.
Yeah, but you need to be in the sidecar to use it. You can't be detached.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I suddenly seeing?
Heavy stubber.
Why am I suddenly seeing him getting Zilch to switch the sidecar to the other side of the bike, and then having the two riders ride really close? You've got one leg in each sidecar.
No, I'm pretty sure Zilch could bring up a twin-linked heavy stubber from the
just
spare
pull
one.
the stubber.
Yeah, that's doable.
No,
Just to, really bring forth the Emperor's justice.
Of course, we'll probably find that we drive there without incident.
Yeah, we will, but
But imagine how happy his little face will be as he gets to drive along with his twin-link double stubber.
No problem. So you mount up. Who's driving? So Tessera.
I'm a driver.
I'll drive the empty one with the modified pod.
Okay, so you're leaving the two psychers on a bike of their own. So
A psycho biker.
Yeah, makes sense. No, nobody really likes us anyway. So.
Oh! Psychic problem. Everyone move to one side.
Psychers coming through.
No problem. So you as you're doing the psychic effect, you notice a fair amount of the spaceport personnel and anyone else who is nearby kind of giving you a bit of a funny look. Most of them, there's a large amount of fear in their faces. This psychic powers only slightly ameliorated by probably some of the imperial cult prayers being used within the ritual. A couple of the people giving you funny looks look like the actual psychers from the ship, probably because you're scaring the normals. It's not done, but you can get that done, and you mount up and you can head off. The city itself is probably about 5,000-6,000 people. It's not a massive city at all, and it's quite well presented. The decent roads, lots of places to. Lots of hostelries, lots of eateries, equipment shops, and that sort of stuff, as well as all the infrastructure to process and ship the produce. So are you just heading straight for where you want to be, or are you going to do anything in the city first?
We're well rested.
Far from the city is the place?
You are a good 400 miles from the farm.
So we need to find some accommodation then.
On the way. Is there going to be accommodation on the way, or do we have to pick up nonsense like tents?
In theory, there are farms between you and the farm you're heading for, because, as I say, it's a patchwork of these massive farms.
We can granny weatherwax it then. Emperor's blessings on this house.
And you said it was 400 miles, right?
Yeah.
That's drivable in a day. I mean,
until
we'll
he's
be going
American.
70 miles an hour.
Just horrified looks of English
That's
people.
nothing.
Well, the English people going, what?
I'll drive 700 miles in a day to get someplace. That doesn't even faze me. I mean, 400 miles is nothing.
Ocean in the way if we try and do that.
I can't even get out of California if I head north doing that.
This shows the difference between British ref mentality and American ref mentality.
I'm worried about accommodations.
It is also thinking, 400 miles, you can do that in a day. And we're thinking 400 miles, better allow for at least 3 days because stupid traffic, tractors, country roads.
It's going to take us 2 hours just to get out to the capital.
I see you too have driven out of London.
Depends on the...
on a daily basis.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we retcon that to say what?
No, it could be 400 because it's farm territory. This is Australia, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is space Australia.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
once you get out of the town, it's a straight line.
Kansas.
Yeah. 6.5 hour drive.
Boom. We can do that. Let's hit the road.
So
I'm assuming we've got lots of fuel in the bikes.
Oh yeah, they're fully fueled. Yeah, and you got in the front of the sidecars, you've got ammunition, basically drums for the heavy stubbers, and on the back there's a spare
jerry cans.
Tents, they'd have given us tents. We obviously don't need tents. They haven't given us tents. If we have to stop in a farm, we stop at a farm, and we say, "Blessings of the Emperor upon you."
The Emperor will provide.
Yes.
We're staying here tonight.
Or else.
Are you? Yeah, we are.
My stubber says we're staying here tonight.
Oh, if we have to get to the point where we pull out guns, then we execute everyone.
To be fair, I did read on the planetary briefing that everyone and their mums are packing round here.
Yes. Space Devon.
So, Hector, do you ever jump sideways while firing both of your guns at the same time and shouting?
No, there's a point in someone's
God.
head where if you shoot it, it explodes.
Suddenly we've gone into hot fuzz territory.
Yeah, I do know what we do need to do before we leave the city then, and that's pick up a cornetto.
No problem.
That's our English revenge for that whole "you could do 400 miles in a day" remark.
Hey, I loved Hot Fuzz. I'm all keep it coming.
No.
All right, so first pub, then hit the road.
Okay. So you can pick up any supplies you decide you need. As I said, there's a drum of ammunition, kind of in the nose of the sidecars, another drum on the back, and a couple of jerry cans of fuel.
And we got the spare drums from the sidecar that was not in use, so
Yeah.
we're all good.
Yeah.
If it comes to the point where we're having to shoot while on the road, then we run into other problems anyway.
Yeah.
So you start driving towards this farm. It does take you a fair amount of time to get through the city. There are a lot of tankers and vehicles, people commuting.
Tractors.
Yeah, all that. Well, you love, but I mean, yeah, basically
I mean,
tractors.
giant, super-sized tractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with massive, almost silos on wheels or tracks with grain from one farm or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
Caution farm traffic signs.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to overtake one of them on a single carriageway, it'll take you weeks.
This is the Imperium. There's no health and safety signs.
No, but there's traffic coming the other direction, which I'm trying to not get hit by.
But after several hours, you do leave the city, and you're out on the roads. As you are exiting the city, as you're getting towards the edge, especially, the promethium fumes start dying down a bit. There's enough open air and plant life here to sort of allow the worst of the fumes to sort of mitigate and sort of dissipate.
What's that smell?
Right, that's grass.
That's funny smelling air. Doesn't smell recycled.
It's unrecycled air. Perfumed by the crops. Yeah, apparently it's called fresh.
Rubbish. If it's fresh, why does it smell like something shit in it?
As you go past a field of groks.
That's agriculture. I read about it.
Not sure I trust it.
Yeah, it should not be trusted. If it's not been recycled by 15 other people, it's not good.
And off to one side, you see, there's a massive field of groks. There's also beyond that the signs of furthering agriculture of this particular farm, massive silos. They've got their own sort of mini processing plant for some stuff that they must be doing. You're not sure exactly what that is. On the other side, there's another farm that's, again, this one's just plants. It's just fields of space grain, space maize, insert space in the front of all manner of
You can't just put
agriculture.
space in front of it, dear.
Yes,
and
you
make
can.
it something
You can,
else.
as long as you
exactly how it
occasionally
works.
rotate in space peas.
Yeah. In fact, the last field on this particular farm as you go past are huge mushrooms.
Space mushrooms.
Yep. They are 30 foot tall and 40 foot wide.
Our big Smurfs here.
Yeah,
Ultra Smurfs.
Yay!
you
Hey,
could live
you've
in
got
them, but
Timber
there's not
Crag.
much room inside.
Oh,
But,
You can tell Ben always makes jokes like that because he's a fun guy.
Hey, we got both of the mushroom jokes.
yes, all two.
So yeah, I'm afraid we're out of them now.
Au contraire, my friend, I have a degree in microbiology. Let me offer you a high five.
Oh dear.
All right, that's all three of them.
Just Richard, why did I bring them to an agri world?
So can I have from everybody an awareness test as you drive through a minefield? In all seriousness, awareness test from everybody, please.
Is it to detect hidden enemies?
That will count.
Okay.
I got a 12 under 53.
Go.
So 4 success levels.
Perfect.
3 success levels.
Oh,
I think
23.
I got 32. My skill is 41, and I have the ever vigilant.
Awesome.
Is that 3 success
3
levels?
success levels.
I got 4, including ever vigilant.
Sorry, Ben, your
32 is what I rolled. My
Yeah.
skill is 41.
okay, so that's 1 degree.
Okay, so it's 2 success levels, not 3 then. Yeah.
Whatever your skill is, take away what you rolled.
Right.
In the tens unit.
Oh, I'm 1 off the extra success level then. Yep, with you.
Yeah. Because you don't worry, as opposed to Dark Heresy, which was
I
a
do
very
not know
similar system.
why I struggle so much to get this idea.
Yeah,
It's
if you need,
fairly
if your
basic.
skill's 30 something, you need 20 something in order to get the success level.
Yep.
No
Okay,
worries.
so I got 2 success levels, which is less than 3.
I got 3.
I got 4, including ever vigilant.
Perfect. So as you're driving along, Rob, did you tell me what you
No,
had?
someone needs to fail, so I'll do that. In the interest of probability remaining sane.
Yeah, no worries. As you're driving along, everyone apart from Zimian, where are you sat, Zimian? Are you driving it, or are you in the sidecar?
Aren't I with Harrow?
Yes.
Yes. So who's driving?
He can drive.
Okay.
That's
no
fair.
problem. No problem.
As we're driving along, my optical mechadendrite is fully erect and sort of lazily circling round as an additional all-round viewing.
Are we still doing phrasing?
Just for I'm a bit more familiar with these guys. You may need to be a bit more careful with your wording, because we are all 12-year-olds here.
Yeah, you keep your turgid mechadendrite to yourself.
But no, so my optical mechadendrite is looking above the crops and
Keep it in your robes.
and operating at 360 degrees navigation.
Yep, we know exactly what you're saying. We are
going to spray paint the end of it purple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favourite colour!
So everyone who succeeds as you're driving through this farming area. I mean, to be fair, this road it's a proper road. It is,
proper.
Ferrocrete. It is big enough for 2 of these massive silo trucks to pass one another, with space in between for smaller vehicles, and you're pelting your way down there at a reasonable clip. But as you're driving along, those who succeeded notice on the left-hand side there is movement within this massive field of corn, which looks like there's something in there, and it looks like a fair amount of something, a good half a dozen decent size, or 2 dozen smaller.
It's a subscription.
You would imagine so. I mean, this is an arable field as opposed to grocs or anything like that, so there shouldn't really be anyone in it unless they were collecting the
That could be rodents.
I'm
Yes.
going to rack the heavy stubber and get ready to use it, and hope that it is something that I get to shoot.
No problem. Does anybody tell Simeon, or are you leaving that as a special surprise?
Oh, Hera will immediately say, Zimian, we might have contact off the road in the fields. See the movement?
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, I had no intention of stopping that. That's not my problem. If they make a stop, then it's their problem. But if nobody makes a stop, then places to go,
Yep.
people to
That makes
purge.
sense.
No worries. As you are moving up to almost alongside this particular field, as you reach the start of that field, something steps out of the field. Now, you know these things will have a good 8 to 10 foot tall fences, usually electrified, possibly other additional defenses as well. This thing steps over. It kind of looks like, imagine a giraffe where the lower half is like a daddy long legs and the head looks more like a praying mantis. So a massive long neck, and this thing kind of steps over.
Kill it with fire.
It's an insectoid.
It is an insectoid. And as you are starting to think about that, another 5 kind of move into position, and they, you know how you see in some of these sort of car
so it's
videos?
half giraffe, half insect.
Yes.
More
Well,
powerful than both.
kind of think of a large insect, but with a massive, huge neck, a giraffe-style neck.
Like a giant spider with a giraffe neck and a praying mantis head.
So
Yeah.
Are we aware of any wildlife on this world that would match such a description from the briefings?
Make for me a lore check. I'm going to give you +10 because you've got the data slate. Rob, you were asking something.
No, don't worry. No.
No, it's all right. If you've got a question,
No. It's Roger's doing it.
okay. Never.
What? It's a bug.
It's
I
obviously
failed quite spectacularly.
Yeah. You probably haven't dug that far into the biology of
I
the
probably
local
skipped
creatures,
that bit 'cause I didn't care.
or you didn't get that far. Either way, and as you are driving, trying to drive past as fast as you possibly can, you know how you see in some videos these people who've got these cars that they kind of press a lever or something and it jacks the whole thing up onto.
Yeah, like hydraulics.
Yeah, they kind of do that with their legs, and they've got these massive long legs, and they start sprinting remarkably fast to kind of intercept.
Did anyone see these things in the brief? I'll say over the comm.
I mentioned some bugs in the grass, but that was about all.
So we're sure these aren't just someone's cows, right?
Well, I can tell you right now, with my lore skills, I would have no idea. But if there's somebody out there with a good lore skill,
yeah, it's where you need someone with a good intelligence,
like Dr. Simeon, the actual brains of the operation.
That's
yes.
not. I'm 30. My lore is 34.
Oh, okay. I'm actually better at it than
I'm
you.
not stable enough to be intelligent.
Let me give it a shot.
I rolled 29 on my academia lore out of 50.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Even better.
Okay.
So, and then, given that one of my skills is I have an eidetic memory, if there was anything on the data slate, I read it and I absorbed it.
and we're about to be told in far more detail than we would ever wish to know exactly what it is.
So eidetic memory, not autism.
Oh no, it's a tech priest. They love going into all of the ridiculous detail.
Never.
As I start going into its life cycle and how it breeds, you guys realise I've probably read a little bit too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, my brain has lost the word I'm looking for again because that's what it does. But this is not a local creature. It is, in fact, a creature which has found its way into this particular ecosystem in a similar way to rabbits in Australia and
It's an invasive species that no one likes.
Exactly.
An invasive xenos species that no one likes.
And what's known about these is they are able to run at ridiculously fast speeds, and they are carnivorous.
Amazing.
Okay.
They're probably hungry by the look of them.
Akira power slide to stop then?
Absolutely.
So
In the name of the Emperor, we have to stop these. They can't be allowed to.
That's all the
disrupt
signal I
farming
need.
of this
Just
world.
open fire on full auto with heavy stubber.
They are Xeno species. They're aliens.
No problem. No problem. So we'll start initiative then, and we start with Tessera. Because you are first in the initiative.
In that case, I might just play chicken with it.
Are you going to try and ram it?
No, I'm not going to try and ram it. I'm going to try and drive in between it and the others so that we're on the other side of it to give it problems and also to bring you closer with your heavy stubber.
No
It's
problem.
got a long range, but sure, why not?
I mean, you are probably about medium range for them at the moment.
I mean, the only other option is to stop and shoot it myself, but in the time it will take me to stop and get my gun out.
But doesn't Harrow have the gun?
Not my gun.
I don't have a gun.
No,
The stubber is a sidecar.
No, I'm driving.
No, I'm in the gunner's sidecar on.
Rob's got us the heavy stubber, and Roger's
I
got
don't
a
even
heavy
know what that
stubber.
is, so you don't want me firing it.
Oh, we do. It's funnier that way.
It's a big machine gun, Rob.
Oh, don't
Okay.
worry. We're gonna come to a screeching stop. And so it's up to you.
How does the recoil work on when you fire a heavy machine gun in a sidecar?
It's mounted. It would be mounted on a gimbal, so you wouldn't feel it.
Well, there's
All right,
no fun
yeah,
in this,
Rich,
is there?
I will weave through them so that we can split them up.
No problem. That will be a piloting check.
And that is a success. It is not anything particularly special because it is only under by 5. So a success.
No worries. So you
I've rolled
start.
so many 3s today. I am so pleased with that.
Famous last words. You start powering alongside. They're basically trying to sort of converge with you. You're powering along, trying to bypass them to get far enough ahead. And if they get close enough to you to as you say, weave through the group of them, this flock, this herd, whatever you want to call them. And why am I suddenly not able to? Oh, there we go. I say, why am I suddenly not able to find the stats for the car? And I find the motorcycle, and I find them. Okay, so this vehicle is particularly nimble, granting +1 success level to all piloting tests.
Hey,
So
that's a success level then.
yeah. So no, you motor along at I mean, speed swift, so you're really quite fast, and you are.
I have a specialism in balance as well, which is no use for the driving, but I'm going to look cool.
It's
driving.
quite handy on a motorbike.
Yeah.
I'm possibly not quite so handy when it's a motorcycle and sidecar because they are not quite so
True.
balanced.
Hey, I'll look cool. He's the guy with the machine gun. His looking cool is on him.
Yeah, I think Hector's going to be quite happy looking cool. But yeah, you know from you motor along, and you can get to a little way ahead of them with the extra success level because it's such a fast and nimble vehicle. So that was that. So Zilch, you are next.
Okay. Well, I believe I'm sort of riding in tandem with Roger straddling the.
No, that was a jest.
Okay.
You got your own bike.
Yep. I'm going to power on down the road so that I can do a swift donut and leap into the sidecar ready to use the stub revolver on the next round.
No worries. Okay, so again, make me a piloting check. You will get again. You the same will also gain a +1 success level due to the fact that this vehicle is quite nimble.
I shall roll an 11.
Nice.
Out of 42.
So, Tessera, you're motoring down this road, weaving. Zilch, just as a straight line, bolting along the road, robes rippling, and Mechadendrite doing the whole
Got his tongue
pilot's
hanging out.
scarf as she just bolts. And the beginnings of a skid turn or bootlegger turn type of a thing. But that'll be next action. Okay, so that was Zilch. So Hector, you are next.
Heavy stubber go brr.
No problems.
I have no idea how one works, but I'm just going to point it at the things and hold down the triggers.
So the specialization is ordnance.
I don't have a specialization. I've got ranged, but
that's fine. That's what you can
and it is a weapon I would feasibly have trained on. I'm more meant I don't know what they do in game terms.
Yeah. So it's extreme range. Excuse me. Heavy 4, loud. There's a surprise. Penetrating 3, two-handed, rapid fire 4.
All of the rapid fire. Love the sound of that. Let's go with whatever that means.
Okay, so
I believe the term you're looking for is Daka.
All the Daka. So we have got. Let me just go through the thing. So heavy requires a strength bonus to be able to use, or you suffer disadvantage.
I don't think that applies because it's mounted.
No, it's mounted. Yeah. Loud, fairly obvious.
Rapid fire.
Oh,
I see. So it burns through the ammo quite quickly, but it gives it spread.
Yeah, or advantage.
So how grouped up are the weird angry giraffe bug things?
They are quite large, so they're not as grouped together as you might like, but you could probably get 2 or 3 in a spread.
I'll aim for the clump of 3 and just daka everything in that general area.
No problem.
I rolled a 40, which is 1 success level with my ranged ability.
No problem. You currently, I'm going to say you have one. I'm going to say you have 1 point of superiority because you have a map of the area and you're on a motorway effectively. So it's not like it's a surprise what's going to be around the corner.
Cool. So that's 2 success levels.
Okay. Base damage for a heavy stubber is 8.
Cool. So 10 damage to the 3 of them I was hosing at, and I think you said it's got penetrating something or other.
Penetration 3.
Cool. So I'll ignore 3 points of their armor.
No problem. So a loud burp of ammunition, of heavy machine gun fire goes off, shredding what it hits to a large extent. It starts sweeping across the verge of the road, and bits of plant life are exploding. Parts of the road is exploding, and then it just rips into these 3 critters. So 10 damage, ignoring that much armor. They're not going to have a mass, so that'll be that. So they take damage. They look pretty nasty. There's massive craters of ammunition as the ammunition hits. Chitting is shredded, and like liquid, juices start spraying down down its neck and down its body. What did you roll on the tens on your
A 0.
Okay, so yeah, center mass. So sort of the lower end of the neck and to where the body of this thing is, just pock marks of shot sort of spread across these things. The 3 you hit slow down a bit. They're now no longer going about 80 miles an hour. They're now going about 40 miles an hour.
I suppose kinetic force of getting hammered like that might do it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Hector. So Harrow.
Harrow looks down at and says, Doc, do you want me to drive through so you can open up, or would you rather I stop and we engage them here?
Can you shoot?
Not well.
All right. Okay, whatever. I don't know, really. Looks like a point and click thing. So, yeah, whatever makes you happy.
All right. So, Harrow, completely uncomfortable in this situation, but he will attempt to drive through, following Zilch's path so he can get to the other side, stop his bike next to hers.
No worries. So, piloting, +1 success level.
This is piloting is 35. This could be epic. And I got a 36. So that's a failure by 1.
Okay. Is that including your success level from the bike?
No, I get the plus. If I get the +1 success level even on a failure, then I get 1 success level.
Success levels can turn a failure into a success and a success into a failure. You also could choose for your piloting check to use the level of superiority for your piloting of the bike.
That's a good point. I'll just use the 1 success level and succeed and get by.
No worries. You bolt alongside. Not quite so. The difference between you and the critters is not quite so wide as it was for Zilch. They've moved a bit more onto the road. Some of the other 3 are actually moving a bit faster to get out the way of this nasty whatever it is that's just hurt their friends. But you can get by, and you start looking at the bootlegger to turn around. No problems. And we are left with Simeon.
So I have to shoot some of these cow things, yeah?
Yeah. Shoot her, Doctor!
Yeah. So, sure, what am I shooting at? And can I shoot at 3 the same way Rogers did?
You've got the same machine gun, so yes, you can absolutely do that. So you need to roll your ranged skill.
Ballistic skill, right? Range, yeah. I got you. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You never know.
That's kind of what I thought too.
54, I failed by enough.
No problem. You start firing. It's your first time with an ordnance level weapon. You grab hold of the firing yokes and you press the buttons, and it has compensators built into the mount, and so you can fire it so it doesn't throw off the pilot, the person driving. But it's still kind of maneuvering. It's the whole thing is kind of shaking left and right, and you're spraying ammunition around, hitting things.
So
definitely hitting things.
At least I hit something.
Yeah. Currently nothing that you're aiming at, but you are hitting things.
That's half the battle.
No problem. So them. The 3 that haven't been hurt will maneuver in. I think, they are fast enough to get to people. So 1 will go to each bike and attempt an attack. Odds, I'll do each one separately. So the first one attacking Tessera and Hector. Odds, Tessera's being attacked. Evens, Hector's being attacked. Odds. So rushes forward. The neck comes down in a fluid movement, and the mandibles of this head snap at Tessera about 3 feet above her head.
Yeah, I'm sure.
As I rolled 80 something.
Nice.
The ones on Harrow and Simeon. Again, Simeon, odds, Harrow, evens. Simeon, you are being attacked. A slightly better blow by one of them, as it comes close enough. Actually, this one actually swipes one of its. Now it's closer. You see quite dagger-like legs, quite sharp-bladed legs, and swings one of them around towards you, about 2 feet to your left.
I've painted enough Tyranids to know where this is going.
And the one against Zilch. Oddly enough, I'm not going to have to roll who it's attacking.
Can I go odds?
You can go odds. I'll give you a bonus. You can go evens as well. Rushes towards you. These now again, you're now noticing that these legs are quite almost like bladed, and it rushes towards you. And your one actually tries to barrel over the bike that you're on and use the edges of its legs to slice yours on its way past. Unfortunately, it's a bit wider, so it misses you entirely on an 85.
Yay!
Just seen on the screen that I'm seeing my arms going like a manic muppet. So obviously, if you cut my hands off, I would be dumb. I wouldn't be able to speak. Serious. Okay. The other three, their mates are still alive. They are hurting. So I will. Let's have a look. Two of them decide this is not worth it, and they bolt for a field. They turn and move into the field. It won't take them very long. I will say they will get to the edge of the road this turn, so they're still within sight, but they're not. But next turn they'll get into the field and they'll just go to ground.
Are they behind us? So we're going away from them.
Are
they running ahead of us?
They're running across from where they were, so effectively
at an oblique angle to us. They're going sideways.
Yeah, you are going to be past them in the direction you were travelling towards Alpha 119, but you are about to turn around, I believe was the idea anyway.
Yeah, I was just checking they weren't all going to run up ahead and try and launch a second attack later.
No, you're fairly sure these ones have decided that discretion is the better part of valor. So, or something animalistic. So the remaining one, however, is stupid. I will call this one Bobber, after one of our cats. So on a 1 to 3, it will attack Tessera and Hector. On a 4 to 6, it will attack Harrow and Zimian. On a 7 to 9, it will attack Zilch. And on a 10, it will attack something else random. It's going to attack something else random. The other one moves over to
Take
one
that,
of the
robo truck.
Yeah, there's a massive, along the line of this, there's going to be huge lampposts or halogen light type things, and it starts going to town on one of these lights and missing somehow on a 63. I shall give it a bonus because it's a stationary target and it still misses. Right, okay, so Tessera, it is your go.
Okay, so we've got 4 left, 2 running away, 1 fighting a lamp. Is that right? Or is it 3 left? 3 injured. 3 injured, 2 running away, 1 lamp.
Yeah, so you've got 3 non-injured attacking one each bike, 1 attacking a lamppost that is injured, and the other 2 injured are exiting stage left.
Okay, I am going to shoot the one that is attacking Harrow and Zimian.
Okie dokie.
This one right here, far too close for me to worry about. That sounds like a Hector problem.
No worries.
You don't like being able to hear things, right?
Overrated. As long as I can see it, it's going to feel that. That's an 8, which is 4 levels of success. Did I use? No, superiority, 5 levels of success. So that's 8, penetrating 3, plus 3, so it's 11 penetrating 3 to the body.
Okay. Again, a shot rings out quietly.
No, it doesn't.
Very quietly. There's the noise that, actually, with the sound of the heavy stubber, you can't even hear. But a large hole appears in the side of this creature. You're fairly sure a slightly larger hole appeared on the other side of the creature, and a nearby fence post is obliterated. It's still standing, but it is bleeding profusely from this hole, and is not looking particularly healthy. Zilch. I must remember to speak up, because every time I watch the videos back at the moment, I seem to be very quiet.
Okay, I'm going to fire at the one that tried to hit me.
Okie dokie. So you're using a stub revolver.
No, I'm going.
Zilch did swap into the sidecar.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no problem.
I
Okay,
did. I did a Starsky and Hutch slide into the sidecar.
No, the one that's attacking you is in close quarters, so you are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay, I will shoot at one of the ones that's not at close quarters then.
Okay, no problem. There is the one that's attacking Tessera and Hector. There is the one attacking Harrow and Simeon, which has just been shot at by Tessera. And there's one attacking a lamp post. And there's the other two.
I'll go for the one that Tessera's nearest.
No problem. Do not fumble.
Please. Hey, Hector, could you stand up a sec?
I did not fumble.
No problem.
I missed my 3 degrees of success.
No, so okay, so 3 minus 6, negative 6. You set off
but it wasn't a huge fumble.
No problem. A section of the road to one side of Tessera and Hector's motorcycle sidecar combination is obliterated as a massive amount of heavy stubber ammunition is let rip by someone.
I was aiming for the squirrel.
Yeah.
There's a space squirrel.
No worries. Was
it a miniature giant space squirrel?
Called Woolly Rupert. Hector, it is your go.
Right, so I'm going to work on the assumption that Tessera doesn't like use of her ears at all. And I am going to unload at the one trying to maul the person who's riding a motorbike, driving my motorbike at like 80 miles per hour, because I don't particularly want to have an 80 mile an hour crash on a motorbike.
Okay, so it is kind of keeping up to you, the one that's on you, the ones with you. So you're going to be at disadvantage because it's in melee.
Because I have close quarters discipline.
Okay.
It's my talent.
No problem.
So yeah, I'm going to unload at that one. What's going to feel that at 5? And I'm not doing the spread thing for obvious reasons, because otherwise I'd hose Ben. And blowing your own driver's brains out, bad for your health.
Generally frowned upon.
Yeah.
So that is 5 success levels, so 13 damage.
Nice hit.
With a pen of 3.
Okay, so you're using the rapid fire?
No, because that would give it spread, so I'm just kind of trying to shoot it in the face.
No, so...
Or limb.
Okay, no problem. So, sorry, how much damage was that?
13 if it's damage 8.
13 is damage 8. 13 minus that becomes that. Okay, so you let rip and chew a large amount out of the side of this. One of the legs, one of the legs just gets chewed up and left behind. It felt that. It does stumble a bit and slow down. So it's not going anywhere near as fast. So you could, if you kept going the direction you were going in, outpace it. So that was Hector. Harrow, it is your go.
So we're stopped right next to Zilch. So Harrow just gets off the bike, draws his power sword, both free actions, and enacts his iron limb abilities. You see this kind of hoarfrost show up on his face and go down the side of the blade, because he knows nothing better than to attack a giant monster with a sword.
Yeah, it's 40k. It's what you do.
I got
the
an
Empress
18.
says we should.
I got an 18 under 110 for 10 success levels. It's a plus 40 psychic skill, so you get plus 40. I mean, it's almost impossible to screw this one up. But that does mean my weapons, I get advantage on weapon skills check, and my weapon strength bonus is equal to 10.
Okay.
So I'll be doing if I survive the next round and hit, I will do 14 points of damage per hit.
So you're literally just using the power.
Well, yeah, I think that takes an action to enact the power. So
no worries, no worries. Okay.
I wish it didn't, but I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm getting magic from the X-Men here. Right.
Okay, so we are left with Dr. Simeon.
There's this one that waved vaguely nearby me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll wave nearby him with the gun.
Take that back. I get an attack. I get my attack. It's you. Sorry for interrupting.
No.
You enact your power, and until the end of your next turn, or until you drop sustainment, you get that. So I do get my attack actually.
Okay.
So I will attempt to attack. Sorry for screwing that up and cutting you off. So my weapon skill is I got an 80, but because I've got advantage, I can make that an 8. So I will make that an 8. So that's 2 success levels there, plus 10, 12, plus 4, 16 points of damage, penetrating 4.
Okay, so it's taken some damage already. What was the units on your? What's the location?
The location would have been an 8 to body.
Okay, so the body is, as it's coming to melee point, is probably a lot lower. So, what does this look like?
So I think he leaps up like to the first joint of one of these back legs, and just without any thought of his own health or welfare, he leaps at the thing's body with this power blade and just hits it in the thorax. And as he's falling back down to the ground, he just slices its guts completely open.
No worries. And this thing collapses in a pile of its own internal organs. The thing that you notice immediately is some of the internal organs seem to be moving independently for a short time, and then the whole thing just stops.
They're not meant to do that.
No. Okay. Sorry, Simeon. Your immediate target is no more.
Can I save the lamppost?
You can save the lamppost. You can absolutely save the lamppost.
You're the hero that lamppost needs.
But not the hero the lamppost wants.
I actually hit something. I rolled a 15.
Awesome.
A fine hit. What's your ballistic skill?
30.
So 2 success levels.
And goodbye, Leggy McLeggington.
I don't know how much damage these things do or anything.
Base 8.
8.
Okay.
So 10.
So 10.
No worries.
This one we have superiority.
You have 1 superiority, yeah.
Oh, so 11.
11, and it penetrates quite a lot. And all of that.
Yeah, so no problem. You let rip with this heavy stubber. How does this thing die?
What happens is, as much as I'm desperately trying to save the lamppost, I actually shoot the lamppost, and the lamppost falls down and crushes this thing under it.
No worries.
That's awesome.
Okay. The remaining critters. So the one on Zilch is undamaged, so we'll do that one first. So it is going to attack Zilch, and we'll roll. 32. That's a hit.
Ow.
So that is 3 success levels. And that will be 9 damage.
Ooh.
Penetrating 2. Rend 2. To the left arm.
That's 9 damage.
Ignoring 2 points of armor. And if it does damage past your armor, it then damages your armor.
Okay, so my armor is 5. So that will be 4 points.
So your armor goes down by 2?
Yeah, I believe that's the case.
Yep.
On that location.
Yeah. It can be repaired, but for the time being, your armor is reduced by 2.
Okay.
Ouch. I believe is the appropriate word.
6 points of damage.
Yeah. As this thing brings a sharp-bladed leg down onto your arm and just hacks into it. So back to the start. Tessera.
Looks like Zilch is in trouble. So shooting that one.
I forgot to do the rest of them, but
Remember, there's one right next to you.
yeah.
That's not my problem. That's your problem.
Okay.
Okay, that's 33. That's a crit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 33 out of 52 is 2 levels of success plus the superiority, 3 levels of success. 8, 9, 10. What does a crit do?
It would be a roll on a critical table.
Oh, it's a roll on the critical table.
So 10 damage minus
10 damage, piercing 3, penetrating 3.
And that's the one on Zilch?
On Zilch, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So 10 penetrating 3 becomes that.
And to the right arm, because it was a 3.
No problem. So roll me a d10.
A 4.
Sliced hand or sliced end
That
of leg.
claw that it hit you with,
Yep.
it ain't having that anymore.
Sending jolts of pain through the arm, bleeding, and drop any item held. So the dropping any item held is irrelevant, but bleeding minor.
Can I shoot that claw off, basically?
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so Zilch.
I'm pissed off. Would it be a minor action to ready my exterminator?
I will also stop the bike.
Go player. I think readying a weapon isn't an action. I think it's a free action.
Okay. This thing that's kind of directly above me.
Yep.
I'm going to fire up my exterminator straight into it.
Okie dokie. So it is effectively a flamer.
Yes.
Going with the kill it with fire approach. Good plan.
Yeah.
It's pissed me off.
Yep.
I mean, fair.
No worries. So I believe that this is using a single ranged attack.
Yep.
Roll. You have 2 choices. You can either attack directly the creature that you want to attack or hit the zone. If you go for the zone, it becomes a minor hazard until the end of your next turn. So I would say probably going directly for it is the better call.
I'm going directly for it.
No worries.
And my skill is 41 and I rolled 2.
Nice. So 4 success levels plus 1 because of superiority.
Yep.
Okay. So Flamer, or more specifically the Exterminator. Exterminator, I think, is just doing the damage of a flamer, isn't it?
Yeah. Damage of 8 plus success levels, so that would be 13.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So a whoosh of Zilch brandishes a staff, and not to go into the wrong milieu, but Zilch's staff has a knob on the end of a exterminator, and she lets rip, and flame just gouts out all over this creature, which screeches this horrible noise The one that's in my head is the sound of the aliens in Alien when they get in the Aliens movie when they get flavoured, but probably not for trademark purposes and copyright purposes. We'll say it's a different sound that's similar.
Just drop it by an octave or two. Yeah.
And it collapses to the ground. It's writhing for a good couple of minutes, but it is dead or dying, just on fire. Wow, Hector.
And you bought that for a reason.
Yes.
Okay, so there's still one trying to maul Tessera, isn't there?
There's one on Tessera. There's one on. Oh no, that one's dead. So yeah, there's one on Tessera, and there's two that have run away.
I'm guessing that one's going to need a mild fart to kill it, given it took a lot of damage last turn. So yeah, I'm just going to shoot it on a short burst, so not using the rapid fire thing.
No worries.
47 is a hit with 1 success level. So
No
9 damage.
So is that including? Have you included
10 damage? Well, technically it would have been 14 last turn, but I forgot about that thing.
That's fine. So 10 minus that. You shred it. Rain of this critter's entrails and internal liquids rains down on the bike and the sidecar carriage, which is now slightly sticky on the seat. But
I mean, I'm hoping that Tessera will shield me from the worst of the goo, because they're in between myself and the bug.
No problem. But the last of the ones that hasn't run away is dead. And looking over to where the farm field was, you can't see any sign of movement.
I would like to collect the 2 claws that got blown off.
Sure.
The 2, yeah. I'm thinking I might have those made into some stabby things.
I mean, are there like farm buildings nearby?
Yeah, they're either really big or very or really quite close, because there are some what look like quite big buildings. You're probably talking a couple of miles away.
Oh, so they are far then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was just trying to figure out if anyone had kind of stepped outside to figure out what the hell was going on from the rather loud bit of gunfire.
Out on their porch with a shotgun.
I've got some barbecued legs over here if anyone's hungry.
Does zilch require any medical attention?
Harold was going to walk over and
That's
ask.
a better idea, because having me do it is not going to end well.
I'm probably still grinning, holding on to the heavy stubber.
I have taken some damage to my left arm.
Would it be all right if the Emperor's blessing flows through me and I heal it?
I accept. I will accept.
So he's going to use Seal Wounds, which takes his warp charge up to 5 out of 10, but he's fine with that. For my Biomancy, I got a 38, so that's 4 success levels. So you heal 9 plus whatever your toughness bonus is.
Nice.
I am so good. The Emperor thanks you. That was
you thank the Emperor. It doesn't work that way around.
the massive gash down your arm just.
Yeah.
And just.
It just kind of zips up and.
Yeah.
May I, in
apart
that
from a
case,
slight rent in my robes, you'd think nothing had happened.
investigate one of the bodies?
You can indeed. Anything particular you're looking
Would
for?
you like fresh or cooked? We have both.
I need the uncooked one, really. I want to take a look at what's going on with this thing. Is there anything I can tell from
There's
it?
Bits of it there and some over there, and I think
I'm
that's
talking
a bit
about
behind
those
you.
internal organs that were still moving around a few seconds after it died.
I figured you might be. There is one that is kind of still dying, so you can investigate that. When you get close, the underbelly of this thing is almost translucent, and you can see where humans would have, to use a MIDI word, ropes inside. Yeah,
Intestines.
The intestines are. They don't look like they're attached to anything, and they're almost like they're swimming around inside the stomach area, the stomach cavity.
Weird.
But they do seem to be slowing down as this thing is dying.
Okay, I might take some video of it then.
Sure.
While Dave's doing that, I shall take a moment to reload the exterminator.
No worries.
And is there a law or a Medicaid or some kind of what the F is this kind of role that I can do?
I believe Zilch actually had some information about this, so you can, between you, I'm not even going to make a roll because Zilch made the roll earlier, so you get you tease a bit more information of the type that you actually want. This creature is a parasitic, carnivorous parasitic creature. It's parasitic in as much as, well, it's a, what was the phrase that you used, Roger? Because I'm terrible with language and words. Parasitic.
It's not parasitic, it's invasive species.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to think. I used a lot of words, most of them bad.
It is still parasitic as well, but it's an invasive species. When it arrives...
What is it parasite on?
Well, any local creature, if this thing is damaged, it exudes, or if it decides to, it exudes one of these internal organs which attaches itself to a local creature and then metastasizes and metamorphoses the creature into a hybrid.
Absorbs it as a host.
That we can't have. No, that's very bad.
Yeah.
We should.
Do we know anything about Tyranids from where we're at?
I've got some really good pictures here. Of
Yes.
various different absorptions. Look at the one in that poodle. Wasn't it cute?
No, no, it isn't.
I'm going to call it here because it's now 20 past 10. And
no bad.
We've had a few late nights on a Thursday, and Jenna has to go to work in the morning, as I'm sure we all do. So thank you everyone for playing, and we will continue this from that stage next week. Post note of that. Any last things that people want to say? Plugs? Aaron, do you know what's going on with Bloody Gaggers?
I absolutely do. Tonight you can join Jeff and me and the rest of the crew at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So all of you guys will more than likely be asleep. But you can catch it on YouTube. That will be the finale of Arzium, which is a sort of rules light, fanciful, fantasy, steampunk sort of game. And then tomorrow night at the same time, if you have insomnia or if you're in the Western Hemisphere, you can watch me continuing to run Dragonbane.
Cool. Rob, have you got anything you want to plug?
We're doing Electric State on Tuesday, aren't we? Are you in? You're in that, Ben?
I'm not in that.
You're in that. You people all look the same to me. Yeah, Electric State on Tuesday. Pete's in charge, so good to see him back.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then we have Huckleberry on Wednesday.
Wednesday. That is correct. I will be running Huckleberry next Wednesday.
And that's 9 p.m. GMT.
Correct.
No worries. No worries. So that's about 1 Pacific Standard?
That is correct.
Awesome. Awesome. And of course, next Thursday we will return for more Imperium Maladictum, same bat time, same bat channel. So thank you everybody for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. And we will see you next time.
Good night. Good night.